Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the YouTube channel. This topic gets requested a lot, and it's something that I realise that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggle with it, and that's being anxious, being out in public. And I can totally understand how you feel. So I'm going to teach you all the things that I know that really help me, and I've helped a lot of people over the years, and this will help you. And a lot of it's very common sense, basic stuff, but it's effective. So, okay, for people that have got bad social anxiety, or if you're a bit paranoid and you think, because I've worked with people over the years and they think that people are judging them, that they don't even know. And you'd be quite surprised how normal this actually is, that a lot of people have this fear. I think at some level everyone has some kind of fear that people are evaluating and judging them. It's just some people have it to worse degrees than others. So the first tip I want to give you is, you're not strange. You're not weird for feeling like that or having anxiety or being paranoid if you go into a public place where there's a lot of people, that you've got this feeling that people are looking at you and they're thinking negative things about you, and they think you're bad, or they think you're not good enough, or or they're going to be assessing you and watching you and stuff like that. So first tip, you're not weird. I had it quite bad until I got better at dealing with it. Second tip is, this is the most important, and probably you won't want to hear this, you do have to face it. You do have to expose yourself to the very thing you're frightened of. And I know that sounds like such obvious advice, you already know it, but you have to apply it. You need to face it. Let me explain something. So if it's so frightening and terrifying, you can break it down into a time scale, and this is what I've done. So if you come to busy places like this anywhere in the world, and as soon as you get into a busy place and you see people around, you get panic, you start panicking, and you don't want to make eye contact. When that panic comes up and that feeling, instead of running off, it feels really uncomfortable to begin with. Just stay in one place. Watch this, I'll show you something. So you haven't got to stay long, you can just stay for a minute, 60 seconds in a busy place. And to begin with, you don't have to start looking people in the eye, because I had a problem with that. I used to have a problem with looking people in the eye. It's very, very stressful, and I get very anxious. So you can just look up. You can just make out like you're waiting for someone. No one's going to know what you're doing. And this is it. This is how you're getting over it, by staying, because I'll explain something simple, right? Anxiety, I'm scared, out. So the idea is anxiety, stay. And this is how I learned to do public speaking. First time I came out on stage, I wanted to run away. So effectively, something so small is going to give you confidence everywhere. So that's the second tip. First one is to know you're not the only one. Second one is to stay. After you've done a minute, get out, go home. Go back home, sit down, and give yourself credit, because you took action. You became fearless. You went and did something. Something's better than nothing. The worst thing for someone with anxiety or social anxiety or paranoia or fear of being judged is to not face it and be isolated at home. That's how you get really severe mental health problems, anxiety, it gets worse. So every time you come out, you're winning. Next time you want to come out, you want to stay a little bit longer. You want to stay for 2 minutes. You can, same spot. So as you stay longer, it may not feel like it at the start, anxiety will start coming down. So that's the second tip. Third tip, we're going to mix things up a little bit. So you can do this day by day. I had a 30-day online anxiety program. If you want something that is practical, simple, and it explains every single step incrementally, you want to check out my 30-day anxiety program. It goes all through that. So next one is, we want to do a little bit of movement. I'll show you something. You want to go for a short walk in public, and I want you to walk slowly. I'll show you something if you do it on the camera, right? If you can just follow me. So the idea is, we're practicing as if we're on a stage. You know when you see models, you ever see catwalk models? I used to be a catwalk model. You don't believe me, do you guys? I'm joking. So they walk on a stage with confidence. They sort of exaggerate, right? So you want to practice your body language up. Don't put your head down. Don't do that. Don't walk down like people like that. That's low confidence. That makes you feel worse, right? Head up, and you don't have to stare at people. You just want to practice walking in a straight line back up for as long as you can until it feels like I've got to get out of here. So I'll just give you an example now, demonstration. I'll go this way. So look, no, sorry, I'll go that way. Sorry. So look, I'm walking in public. I'm walking slowly. I turn around, walking down. This builds confidence because a lot of people like yourself who are anxious, when they get into public places, this is what they tend to do, and I did it. Get into a place, full anxiety, panic, break eye contact, head goes down, people walk fast like that. They want to get out and they panic, you panic, and you won't build any confidence. So it's about slowing down. So once you've done the minute and then 2 minutes, once you go on the walk, what I want you to do is, I want you to start, you don't have to be to the point, but I want you to start timing your walk. So you go, okay, today I went out in public, I stood still for a minute. Next one, I walked in a public place in a straight line for 3 to 5 minutes. Once you get to that point, you're going to go longer. Do you know what's going to happen after a while? You're going to forget that you've got anxiety. You're not going to be paranoid. You're going to get more comfortable in public, and you're going to go from walking for a few minutes to an hour walk. So I want you guys to use time. I want you to use time as a measurement of progress and confidence. The longer you can stay in public and control your anxiety, the more confidence you're building. Another tip I'm going to give you, this is for extremely anxious people, like how I used to be. I want you, if you can, I want you to get a friend to come out with you. A friend, a coach, just someone that can just be there with you so you're not on your own, so that you can still practice. I don't want you to be at home on your own and not facing it, because it gets worse. So there's some amazing tips. Another tip, this is so we make sure we're definitely going to get over the anxiety. Just basic things, just work on your appearance a bit. You know, just work on shave, haircut, just wear some clothes you feel good, you know, that make you feel good, because a lot of anxiety and paranoia is where you don't feel good about yourself, and everyone's human, so take precautions, make sure that when you go out you're wearing something that at least makes you feel good in yourself. Next tip, tip number 5, I think this is 5, we want to start practicing just light eye contact with people. You don't stare long, obviously, because if you stare too long people will think, so you don't have to look directly into the eyes, but the idea is when you're walking around, look, I'll just show you, if I can show you in the camera, if someone's walking by, you're just acknowledging them. So we're just getting used to making eye contact, and I promise you, all this will just eventually become very natural. So that's another tip, you do these incrementally, because I'm giving you a lot of goals here. So the eye contact, and the next one is, you know, to eventually be able to walk in public for an hour or 2 hours and just start getting used to it. Start realizing that it is all in your head, and you can get over it. Another tip, I'm on a roll here, I'm giving you more tips. I think this is tip number 6 or 7. You're going to get to the point where, excuse me, oh hi, where you're going to start saying hello to people. If you want to actually, because there's one thing getting over the fear of being in public, but I want to give you some social skills where you might be in a situation when you're traveling and you need to say hello to someone, you need directions, or you might see someone you like and you want to learn the basic skills. So like my other videos, you can add on the basic social skill of just saying hello to someone. You don't have to stop in the conversation, just, hey, how you doing? How's your day? You know, hey, how you doing? You know, hey, and a lot of times people will be like, all right, hello. And some people might not acknowledge it. And all these things are getting you over your anxiety being in public. That's it. If you apply those 5 to 7 tips that I've given you, and last thing I'm going to give you, if you practice this for about 6 weeks, you won't recognize yourself. And as I said, bring a friend out if you need someone with you for a while, and eventually you want to come off and do it on your own. So this is how I done it. This massively helped me. Then if it gets too easy and you want a challenge, you can start going, right, what other places am I scared of in public? Trains, go on trains. It's called exposure therapy. Museums, cinemas, restaurants. That might be another video. If this video helps you and it gave you a lot of confidence in it, and it let me know, comment in the box below. Please like the video. Please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And remember, become fearless. I'll see you next video. Bye.